Hey, I've never done anything like this before, but after hearing some of your other stories, I figured someone out there might understand what I went through, or maybe at least believe me. This happened last summer, just outside Flagstaff, Arizona. Quiet town, decent neighborhood, the kind of place where nothing much happens. People mow their lawns, walk their dogs, wave to each other from driveways. That kind of place. The house next door to mine had been empty for a while, almost a year, I think. The grass was overgrown, paint peeling from the trim, a porch light that never came on. I'd stopped paying attention to it, honestly. Then one morning I looked out the window while making coffee and saw a moving van. It was early. No one else on the street was up. A single woman stepped out of the passenger side. She was tall, pale, and thin, maybe mid-30s. Her hair was dark brown and hung in these damp strands, like it had just been washed but never dried. She wore a long gray cardigan over a black dress and didn't seem to talk to the movers. Just watched them carry boxes like she wasn't part of it. Later that afternoon, I caught her eye from my front porch. She looked over and gave me this slow, half smile, the kind that almost doesn't reach the eyes. Then she went back inside without saying a word. I didn't think much of it. Some people just aren't friendly. And honestly, I was fine keeping to myself. A few days went by. I never saw lights on in her windows, never heard a TV, music, nothing. But every night around 2 or 3 a.m., I'd get this weird feeling, like someone was watching me through the blinds. I'd glance out, and sometimes I'd see her, standing at the edge of her backyard, just facing the woods behind the property, not moving, not smoking or using her phone, just standing. I remember one night, I sat on my couch with all the lights off and watched her from the window. She stayed out there for at least 10 minutes, completely still. I should have stopped looking, but I couldn't. There was something unnatural about it. Not dramatic, just wrong. The next morning, I noticed something that made my stomach twist. There were wet footprints on my back patio, bare feet, leading from the fence, her side, up to my sliding door. My sprinklers hadn't run, it hadn't rained, and I don't walk outside barefoot. I checked the security cam over the back porch, and the feed was glitched. It froze around 2:41 a.m. and didn't resume until almost 4. It had never done that before. That night, I locked everything, double-checked the deadbolt, pushed a chair under the door handle like something out of a movie. I even kept my phone on the nightstand with the flashlight app ready. Around 3:12 a.m., I woke up. No sounds, no dreams, just woke up, wide awake. I didn't know why until I realized I was hearing something. Breathing. Not mine. Not from inside the house. It was slow, heavy, and coming from outside my bedroom window. I lay there for at least a full minute, frozen. Then I slowly reached for my phone and turned on the camera without the flash. I tilted it toward the window and hit record. But when I played it back, no figure, no face, just that same breathing. And at the very end, a whisper. 3 words. Let me in. I felt like ice had poured into my chest. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, I showed the clip to my friend Alex. He told me to file a report, maybe even get the cops involved. But what was I going to say? My neighbors being creepy? That she stood in her own yard and maybe breathed outside my window? He offered to stay over that night just to keep me company. I didn't argue. We stayed up watching dumb movies, tried to pretend it was nothing. But sometime after 4 a.m., we heard tapping. Soft, careful tapping from the living room window. I paused the movie. Alex muted the volume, and we both just sat there. Tap, tap, tap. Then it stopped. He grabbed the baseball bat I keep behind the couch and went to the window. But there was nothing there, just darkness. He peeked through the blinds and whispered, "I think she's gone." But the next thing he said chilled me. There's no footprints in the dew. Whoever was there wasn't standing on the ground. The next morning, we both walked over to her house. I had this strange, desperate need to prove to myself she was real. Just some weird loner, maybe unwell, but human. But the moment Alex opened the front gate, He stopped. Dude, this house is empty. We went up to the porch. No furniture, no curtains. The mailbox was stuffed with unopened mail, postmarked from 2 weeks ago. We circled to the backyard. The same spot she always stood was just dead grass. And then we saw something that didn't make sense. On the back wall, under the second-story window, was this dark greenish stain that looked like it had dripped downward. It smelled awful, like old pond water and bleach. Alex asked if I knew who lived there before her. I didn't, so we looked it up. Turns out, the last person to live there was a woman named Evelyn Foster. She drowned in the upstairs bathtub. The house had been vacant since. But here's the part that really messed me up. The house wasn't rented again. It was condemned 2 months after her death. No one was supposed to be living there at all. That same night, I went back to check the video clip on my phone, the one with the whisper. But when I played it, there was nothing, just silence. The file was blank, no breathing, no whisper, just static. I've since moved, but sometimes, when I'm up too late, I get that same feeling, like someone standing just outside my window, waiting, watching. And sometimes, I swear I hear it again, that same voice, just behind the glass. Let me in.